Welcome to another edition of She-Nanigans. It is the podcast for 40 plus women where we navigate love, life, relationships, fun, faith, foolishness, fitness, and whatever else you got on your plate. Come, stay a while because I guarantee you we going to go down your street one of these times. So I just ask that you would come in, engage, like, follow, share, and comment, and subscribe. Now we're going to get into it. All right, so today's topic is triggered but trying. Real talk about how old wounds show up in new situations and how to catch yourself before you self sabotage. So, before we even get into that, ladies, San and Shan, what do you think this means to you? Triggered but trying. Real talk about how old wounds show up in new situations and how to catch yourself before you self sabotage. What is that saying to you? What stands out?
Uh, Triggered, but trying. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to. Old wounds. Old wounds
Okay,
got
so we got
me.
trigger. Okay, trigger but trying stands out to saying old wounds stands out to shame.
Well, no, I'm just trying to figure out, like, is it asking any, like, I don't understand triggered, but trying.
So, okay, so in day to day situations, friendships, job, church, relationships, you're triggered, but you're still trying to navigate
Ah,
the situation,
gotcha.
and yeah, not let,
Okay.
oh, yeah, you got it. So, what stands out to you?
That kind of puts me in the mind. When I think about that, it kind of puts me when I was in, like, just working in corporate, it just kind of puts me in the mind of being around people, that I kind of have to be around, but and it's, like like I'm really irritated in the situation, but I still have to try to be a team player or a team leader or supervisor and continue to try to press forward with this group of individuals that I have here. So that's kind of what comes to my mind when I think of triggered but trying.
Okay. So, the topic for me, what comes to my mind is trying to not bring old wounds into new situations.
Right.
That could be, you know, your last job. You were overly, not I wouldn't say overly friendly, but maybe you were just being yourself at your last job, and being yourself caused people to take advantage of you. And so you left that situation and now you're in a new situation. So do you just, how they say, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to do a job. Do you have that attitude on your new job, or you're not even friendly to people? You don't want to talk about anything, that kind of thing. So old wounds showing up in new situations and not self sabotaging because just because it happened to you in that friendship, you may see the same type of patterns in this new friendship, but are you going to put up a wall and self sabotage in the friendship? Because you're bringing old hurt into the new situations. So that's what stood out to me. So now that we have a better understanding about what the topic is, what say ye about that topic? Is it possible to allow old wounds to spring up in new situations where this new situation has nothing to do
Yeah.
with
So
what
I'm just like
happened?
I'm very optimistic. I give everybody a fighting chance. Like I don't bring my old bags into a new situation. So that's why I can't really relate to that part of it. Um, Even if I've been through so much hurt in the past, when I go into something new, I give it new eyes. So I don't know how to relate to that. But when the part triggered but trying, I can definitely relate to that because I have definitely been in situations where I've been very, very triggered, and I am steady trying to push through. Just in even with I don't know if I should say this on here, in case somebody be watching, but some clients, they can really trigger you, you know. But I'm very open and just figure, just try to look past the situation, and I keep trying and I keep trying, I keep trying, and everything you do is just not good enough. And they don't look at the fact that you're trying. They just look at it as just not good enough. But yet they keep coming back to trigger you. So, you know, um, definitely been in those situations. Yeah, and how I deal with it, I don't let it get to me to the point where, I lose myself. Um, I think that takes a lot of control. You have to have control in yourself. You don't let it push you to you lose yourself, you know. So, I mean, everybody's going to handle that differently, but that part I can definitely relate to.
Okay, so the triggered but trying. So if we take that phrase and apply it to new clients, the
Mhm.
thing that triggers you in your old clients, you see it spring it up in the new clients. So you're triggered. So but you're trying to not
Mhm.
have the same feelings or the same type of thoughts about these new clients as you had the last clients. And I think that's the part where we talk about how old wounds, whatever
Oh, see,
happened with
no,
those.
yeah,
So
I
you
see what you're
don't,
saying now.
yeah.
So like even if it's a new client and they start raising the same flag as the old client, I'm not. You know how people go, well, like you say, oh, they're showing red flags of this. I give everybody their own. Everybody has their own lane. I'm very compartmentalized like that, and so I'm not gonna blur the lines with, oh, this person did this, so this person is trying to do this too, and so now I'm looking at this person through the eyes that I looked at this person. I never have been able to see like that. Um, well, I just deal with it accordingly. And if I need to deal with it, I'll deal with it. But I wouldn't necessarily say. I mean, I don't look at it the same way. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm triggered, um, because I've seen it come up, and so because eventually, in what I do, um, you're gonna see some of the same patterns. But if I'm triggered by one person, it could be that personality and the way that that person speaks to me in that could trigger something,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So in the next person, I could still see the same pattern coming up, but it could be a more toned down, tone. But it's the same pattern coming up, but it's different, but it's the same. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I don't know if I'm making
I
sense.
just feel like you say you just assign everybody to their own lane. You don't
Right.
arbitrarily lump everybody into the same category. You don't, you
Like
know,
I don't carry baggage. Like I don't like I may see the red flag, but like I said, I'm very optimistic. I give everybody a fighting chance, and I kind of let you weed yourself out. I
that's
don't know.
that's very. I thought I was emotionally mature, but that's very emotionally mature to be
Yeah,
able.
you definitely have to have control of your emotions. Like, and we all have parts of ourselves where we're more stronger in certain areas and doing certain things than others. I definitely have my weak areas, but in other areas, I'm definitely more controlled, especially in certain environments. I'm definitely more controlled, you know. And if I'm triggered to a point, I'm definitely going to have a conversation with you and be like, "Hey," and then if we're going to talk about it, and if it don't get squashed, then it's done. It ain't squashed, and you go your way, and I'm gonna go mine. But
So
as
now,
for
go ahead.
no, look, I'm done. I'm pretty much done.
Okay. 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 Shan, what about you? That part that stuck out to you, how can you relate that to any situation that you may be currently experiencing or that you have experienced in the past?
Like y'all said, it's when you bring old stuff in, like certain situations you've been in with certain people. Like you said, whether it's relationship wise, whether it's being at work. If I see that same type of characteristic coming out, that same type of behavior, I'm not quick to jump at that person and just be like, okay, look, I'm finna go off, but I am gonna keep a close eye on you. So I may not be as big to be up and friendly and as open with you, but I am gonna be professional with you. I'm gonna be cordial with you, whatever I have to be in the situation that I'm in at that moment.
Absolutely.
But I'm also
Absolutely.
gonna
You
keep
definitely
an
have to keep
eye
your
on
integrity.
you. Right. To see if it's going in that direction.
Hmm.
Okay. So for me, I'm just trying you know, I have for me, I'm just gonna say, thinking about it in friendships and relationships. I've only had one. It's 21-year marriage. I have a hard time depending on who the person is. For me, it depends on the audience. It really does depend on the audience. If we're friends and I know you a liar and that's just who you are, I'm gonna deal with you from a distance. I'm not gonna take nothing you say at face value because you lie.
Because you know that person. You know they're a liar.
Correct.
Yeah.
I cannot. I can't. That triggers me. That triggers me. And I don't know if it's my intuition. I don't know if it's discernment that I prayed for years ago, and I do have it about certain situations, and it's a gift and a curse because I don't want it no more. I mean, I do, but I don't because you find out stuff, and then you like, so what do I do now?
Hmm.
So God grants you the discernment to be able to decipher certain traits or characteristics or habits that people have, and then you got to decide if I'm gonna stay around or if I'm gonna bounce. So that's a gift and a curse, and it's not just relational. It can be with people in your family. Do I
Absolutely.
really want to sit in this space with these people? Knowing what
Absolutely.
the ramblings that are going on in my head. But for me, a trigger for me is not being able to tell the truth. That's that, y'all. And again, it really depends on the audience. If you've never shown me that you are flaky, or that you double tongued, or talking out both sides of your neck, or two faced, I don't have a reason to look for it.
Right.
But the minute, the minute something is off, like, wait a minute, the last time you did what you said the last time, but this time it pling.
So when I think of triggered but trying, I think of like situations that just keep coming up and you're trying to get through it. You're trying to muster through it. Kind of like what you were saying is more like, to me, somebody that just all of a sudden show you a side of you, show you a side of them that you've never seen before. Like you said, if you know how I feel, I don't like, if I feel like you show me one side of you and all of a sudden you acting different, it's like, well, wait a minute, who is this person? Because this is strange. So of course I'm gonna be triggered. Like, whoa, what, red flag, beep beep beep, bell's gonna go off, everything. Like, what is going on? If if you lying all of a sudden, like, why are you lying? You're normally not a liar. So I guess I that's two different, as I was thinking, like triggered, like something that's consistently happening all the time. But you're saying like something that just
For
kind of
me,
spring up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
for
I got
me,
you.
the
Hmm.
lies can be consistently happening all the time.
Hmm.
So this is something that triggers me. It triggers me. It triggers me. So
A liar.
yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, when I feel like you are not being 100% honest or forthcoming, and I have not given you a reason to lie, what are you lying for? That's triggering to
Yeah.
me. It's triggering for me from somebody who has dealt with liars and just being lied to for no apparent reason. Like, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, when the smallest, and I'm trying to work on it, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better, because it used to be a time where I'd be like, you lying, just to anybody. I mean, to family, to just you a lie. Just you a lie.
And then look me, I be lying, but I'm gonna let them lie,
Right.
and I'm gonna go right along with your lie. But you ain't fooling. I'm not gonna be. But I'm gonna know next time. No.
But then we got to look at the B part of that, though, Shan. We got to look at the B part of that.
Hmm.
Sugar betraying old wounds show up in new situations and cause you to self sabotage. So for me, because my mind is trained to look and seek out the lie. Because
Mm,
so even if you're not lying,
okay.
even if you're not
I
lying,
got you.
I'm a I'm a overthink it. I'm a pick it
Got
apart. I'm a lay up at night thinking about it. It's triggered me. Even if you're not lying, it's something in my mind that makes me
you.
my nervous system, the way I'm set up, my attachment style. It has to do with that. Like,
Mm,
and what if this person is really being genuine?
yeah,
Right.
Because
absolutely.
I haven't dealt with, yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't dealt with my issue around dishonesty.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I am self-sabotaging myself because this could be the best friendship ever. Like, this could be the job that catapults me to having my education firm. But because I'm looking at all y'all side eye, thinking everybody in this room lying to me, I'm self-sabotaging myself. So how do we deal with that? How do we deal with it? Shan?
It's like,
everything is not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
okay,
My bad.
No, go ahead, Shan.
all right. It's like you trying to cut it off before it starts. Like I done been down this road before. I'm gonna cut it off before it starts. So you're not giving your chance to a self a chance to see if it's really gonna go that far. And so I think what
Mm,
we have to do is we have to be like, okay, dang, let me look at this. Granted, I've been down this road before. I done seen this happen, but I gotta find a way to where I can have myself mentally prepared to say, okay, look, I need to see it through. And I think that's the hardest thing that we can do is sit there because we want to see it through, but you looking at every chance to jump off.
but oh, that's so good.
Everything.
But what if we are built in such a way where you say we looking at every chance to jump off? That is so good. That's so good because that's in essence what we're doing. But what if we're not doing it on purpose? It's just our nervous systems are
Yeah.
saying, "Get away." You get away. You're gonna be in that same situation. Get away. And that's the
Because it's
that's
done
the
happened
issue. That's
so
the whole
much.
question.
It's done happened
Yeah.
either so much, you done seen it happen time after time after time again, to you self consciously gonna react prematurely. You gonna automatically react prematurely because your mind is gonna go back to all those other situations.
Yeah. I mean, so can you when it's situations like that, when it comes to the character flaws of other people that you've dealt with over the years, and then when you try to find new situations, how do you avoid that? How do you avoid yourself telling yourself, warning, 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 back away, leave, exit, no, don't do this. How do you avoid that? Is it avoidable? Or is it just a risk that you have to take?
I think it's a risk that you have to take, but at the same token, that's where prayer come in. Like you really gotta get
That's what I
just
was just thinking.
you gotta pray about the situation. Like you got, Lord, let my mind take control of my mind, take control of this situation. Don't let me jump too soon. Don't let me jump to conclusions. You just really got to get deep down in prayer on the situation. Because if we just keep doing it ourselves, we gonna constantly jump.
Yeah, that's good because so many times we don't even consult God because we think we got it all under control. Oh, I know what this
Yep.
is, so let me go on and go. You know, we don't even. Let me speak for myself. I don't even.
Yeah.
I won't say we. I don't even. Just so many situations I find myself currently in where I just decided to do what I wanted to do, and did not consult God. Oh God, so many situations. Like it's just so many situations, and now I'm dealing with the repercussions
Right.
of going off my own whatever. I mean, just wanting to do stuff my way. Not even girl. Okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Cassandra, what was you?
So I was gonna say, time I'm like, okay, Cassandra, where were you all your life? You must have been hiding under a rock because sometimes I just can't relate, and that And I don't know if maybe it's because of the way my mind process things, or I've always been the type of person, like, I know that I'm not going to, like, me and my good friend, my best friend, right? um we don't always agree, like, hmm you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know that I'm not gonna like everything come out of her mouth, but that's not, I'm not going to, have a question to, well, why she said that, or why she feel like that, because that's just the way she feels, right? And that's how I view everybody. Like, I know I'm not gonna agree with everything that everybody says, or somebody that's close to me, or whoever says, and but it's okay to agree to disagree and not be on the same page, and
Mm-hmm.
you know and move on. Because I've always, I started in my 30s. I remember, when Jada was a young child, I would be like, Lord. And I always say, be careful when you do this, because, baby, God don't be playing. God, remove them from my life if it is not for me. And sometimes I won't even say that if I still want to be in the situation, because I know that I will never see them again. Like, so, or in the situation, if this situation ain't supposed to be for me or supposed to work, that's with relationship, meaning husband, boyfriend, my girlfriends, any of them, any work relationship. I have to be careful when I say that, because it will come to a screeching halt if, you know. So, I've just always asked God to remove the situation if it wasn't for me, and when it's removed, I'm just kind of like, no love lost, no hate. Okay, that's, move on. But I just know that me and her, we're not gonna always agree. And some things she may say or do, I might be like, what in the world? But that's just her thought. And it may be the same with me. I may get on her nerves. I'm sure I do. I get on everybody's nerves, probably. People get on my nerves. It is what it is. But that's not nothing to walk away from. I'm always learning people. Like, I learn you, Christy. I'm sure you learn me. I learn you, Shan. Um, I may not agree with everything,
What,
but
girl?
it's
You don't agree with everything,
you
girl?
know what I'm saying? But it ain't for me to. That's not for me to be like, because I got some things I'm sure y'all don't like about me, or and it's all
No,
good.
no. If I
But
didn't
we,
like something about you, I'm not gonna be in your face.
but see, that's the thing. That's the thing. We don't totally
Mm-hmm.
love everything about a person. There's no way
Mm, but I
that you
do
can
not like
love
it. I can tolerate it.
everything about a person.
It's tolerable because if it wasn't
You know,
tolerable, I
right?
wouldn't be
Well,
around
well,
you.
see, that's different. We're not talking about something that's intolerable,
But if
right?
I don't like it, I can't tolerate it. So if it's something about you I don't like, I can't tolerate it, and I won't tolerate it, and I'm gonna remove myself from the situation.
Okay, so when we say, well, I guess you got a point there.
Yeah, girl, because we
You know,
stuff we don't like, we don't
yeah,
tolerate. If
yeah,
we do, the
you could
longer
say
we
that.
tolerate things we don't like, the more resentment is built up.
Yeah,
You build
yeah.
up
So,
resentment.
what I'm not talking about, like, things that I just definitely wouldn't put up with. So
Oh,
when I
no,
say I
no.
don't like, it, it just may be, just we talking, and you don't like this and I don't like that, and it's like, oh well, she don't like that. Okay, well, but I want to go, and I don't, I want to go there and
Okay,
eat.
see, but
You
okay,
know,
so at first you said stuff we don't like about the person, like what you don't like
right?
about me or what I don't like about you.
Personality wise, or a way of thinking, or a viewpoint, and I don't want to put anybody's name, so I'm gonna think about. So I'm not gonna use names. Um, just the way a person may handle a thing, and I might be like, well, man, that's a little. Why you doing it? Like, why you handling like that? Like, that's a bit much. Like, why you got to do that? I may not like that. I don't like that.
You don't
That's
like
what you
how they
do.
handle the situation.
However it's worded,
Person,
I don't like that.
right?
Right. So I may think that that's wrong, as the way you're handling that situation. That's what I mean by not like. Not meaning I don't like you as a person. I'm just coming around you. No, I'm not meaning that. What I mean, I don't like something that you did that it's not horrible and it's not the
Mhm.
way I would do something, but I don't like that you did it that way. But at the end of the day, it's okay. It's okay because that's how you process things. That's how you handle things. It ain't the end of our friendship. I don't have to like it if that's how you choose to deal with it and process it. I don't have to like it. I don't have to like every 100% everything that you do in order to say, "Hey, I'm your friend.
Yeah,
I'm here for you."
you do, but I have to like you.
Oh, absolutely. I can't be right now. Like we ain't talking about faking the funk around. I can't fake no
Absolutely,
funk around nobody.
you're absolutely not.
Yes, no, we're not talking about that, but I'm talking about liking every single thing or how
Oh, no,
everything a person
uh,
reacts and everything that they do or counteract. Yeah, some things you're just not going to be able to control about the person that you are real close to. You may not like it,
so then,
but you don't call them out on it every single time. That's just how they process it.
okay, so let's take that same conversation and we're gonna overlay it onto relationships. Is that the same in relationships? Can that be the
That's what I
same
was
in relationships?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's the same with whoever, whether it's in a romantic relationship or a friendship relationship or rather a work relationship. Now, in a romantic relationship or, and I mean, a work relationship, you don't have to, deal with it because it's just somebody you work with. But I'm not going to cut my good friend off or my somebody I'm dealing with off because I don't like something that they did or said or how they handle a certain thing. It's not weighing on me, and if it is, then we need to have a conversation because I'm good about having conversations.
Mm-hmm.
you know
Okay, so Shan, what about you? Do you feel like you can be in a romantic relationship with somebody where you don't like things that they do? And if so, how do you maintain the romanticism and how do you grow the relationship if you are involved with somebody that you're not liking the things that they do? Is that possible to be in a loving romantic relationship with somebody and still have that happen?
It is if communication is open. So if I can tell you, hey, what this, and that, it bothers me. The way you do this, the way you do that, I don't agree with it. If we can talk about it, maybe it's a certain reason as to why you're doing something. You may have a trigger from a past relationship, and the reason why you're acting that way is because you're carrying it over. Or it could be anything. But if I can tell you that I don't like it, and then we can come to a conclusion, we can come to an agreement, and we can work on it, then yeah. But if it's like I come to you and I tell you this, and then all you do is like, well, it's me and you got to deal with it, then nah, then I don't have to deal with it. But I think it's
Yeah.
all a communication thing. It can happen, but you have to have
yeah, I
good
think so.
communication.
Because I think at some point, if and this is just from my point of view, and this is how I look at things. I think that it's always going to be something that you're not going to like about a person. I don't care how much you love them, ex husband, ex boyfriend, whoever. But if it's a issue with everything that you don't like about them, then that's a control issue from within yourself. I feel like because at that point you want to, you know, control this person, or you want to feel to a point of be satisfied within yourself to where, okay, if this person don't stop doing that, then it's constantly pulling the trigger for me, and I'm irritated and I want them to stop doing this, and it's like a control, like, and sometimes it's like I have to look inside myself and be like, okay, what is this? Is this just really, is it them or is it me? Is it them or is it me? And
Okay.
sometimes it has been me. Sometimes it has been me because I
Hmm.
am controlling. I can be a controlling person. And sometimes I have to be like, okay, Cassandra, I have to actually exhale, take a breath, and be like, maybe it's, and deal with it that way. If it's, because a lot of times things that I don't like, it's not really bad. Now if it's like I said earlier, if it's something that's really bad or something you just really can't deal with, then definitely it's something that's going to make or break the relationship, and that calls for a conversation. But just like everyday things or some things that go on, everything don't, I feel like, let me say this, I feel like every single thing don't need to be addressed, because um at that point it becomes controlling or it becomes nitpicky. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll try to do something to let that person learn me, and try to see if they're going to stop doing whatever it is that they're doing that's irritating me, that's not going to cause me to call them out on it. So I do know that I can be
Mm-hmm.
controlling, and I try not to be that, you know, I try to control that.
I think I think everybody has a portion of being controlling, and I feel like it's just because we are in a human experience, and we know what we like. We know what we like, we know what we don't like, we know what we tolerate, we know what we won't tolerate. So we want the person that we are in relationship with to not be the total opposite of, you know what I'm saying? So then that comes, if this is what I like and you doing the total opposite of what I like, I'm gonna say something. Now you can call it control, and you can call it whatever you want to call it. But if this is what this is what I like, this is what you like, and I'm gonna do the total opposite of what you like, something ain't right. Something is not right. And we can talk till we blue in the face, because I done been there.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about it till Jesus come back. And if no change is being made, something is afoot. Something is wrong.
And that's when it comes to make or break the relationship.
Correct.
When it comes
Yeah.
to making or breaking a relationship, then definitely, absolutely. And I think my mind is more on the spectrum of big things and little things, because not everything warrants an adjustment. And that's just me. I kind of sit back patiently, and I'll just kind of like, and I may not bring it up then, and when it's so serious I might just kind of like wait till the tension has gone down and kind of casually bring it up or something, and say it in a different manner. It's all about it. A lot of times it's me, because a lot of times people won't receive what you're saying, especially in that moment, and in the tone that it, because I know my tone could come off real abrasive, and so I have to watch that.
Mine too.
Mm-hmm.
Mine too. And that's why I try not to go there with people, because I know me. So I get quiet when I'm triggered. I try to get quiet. Like I might say one or two words afterwards to ask some questions. And then if your response is ignorant, or if it's not what I'm thinking it should be, I feel myself get more and more myself. So I just go quiet, because I know where it can go. When I'm triggered, I know where I could go. And so I don't want, there's some relationships that I don't want to sabotage. I don't want it. I don't want to ruin it. So I know me. And so I just shut up. And then it's like, well, can we talk about it? Not today. No, 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 no. Because I don't want to say anything that's going to be disrespectful. I don't want to say nothing that's going to be rude, out of pocket. I don't want you to look at me in a different light. I don't want to look at you in a different one. When I'm triggered like that, to avoid self sabotage. Now, if the relationship matters, if I don't give a damn, we can go. We can go. We
Right.
can go. We can go. We can go. If the relationship matters to me, then I'm a just be quiet. Like Cassandra was saying earlier, she wait for the right moment.
Yeah.
Um,
And I had to learn that later in life. Oh, girl, you know, I've made so many stupid, rash decisions, and I have learned that everything don't need to be said right then or right away. Um, and I'll come back later, and or just kind of like, and I won't bring the situation up, but I might say something, and you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
And I always feel like God would get, or I ask God, God, give me the timing. Give me the timing. Let me
Mm-hmm.
know when. And sometimes I want to jump in and say something, and God be like, that ain't the time. And so I'm like, okay, okay, okay. And I be want to say it bad. I be want to say it bad. Bad. But God will slow me down and be like, that ain't the time. Because you don't wanna poke or offend anybody. Because I've spent too much of my time in my life offending people. Um and coming off the wrong way, even when I didn't mean to. Just me being me could come off the wrong way. And so, like you say, holding on to the relationships that you definitely want to hold on to, but it's something that you got to say and that you can't overlook anymore. Then yeah, you have to say something. But other than that, I just believe that. Eh, well, that's how she think, and I don't like it. I don't like how she handled it, but that don't mean I need to go say something about it because I don't like what you said
Mm-hmm.
and how you felt. That's how you felt. That's how you felt. I can't make you feel the way I want you to feel about something I did. Like that's how you felt. Just like I have a right to feel the way I feel about something you did. And I have a right to rebuttal or say in the way that I feel. And then you not, and I think that's a lot of people we wanna, I don't know, we wanna from what I see, everybody, we wanna be blunt in 100, but then when the rebuttal comes back, then it's it's an issue, right? I don't know. In my mind, I'm trying not to say certain things, you know, but yeah.
But I genuinely respect people that keep it 100 with me. I do, Cassandra.
Absolutely, I do too.
If you keep it 100 with me, keep it 100 because I
Right.
don't keep it 100 with you. And I
Hmm.
respect you if you keep, especially if you call yourself my friend.
Right.
Right.
Just keep it a buck. Just, and if you feel like I'm gonna get pissed off or you feel like it's gonna be an issue, then the delivery is what we need to work on. But if it's something
Absolutely.
that I need to know for
Hmm.
me, to be a better person or to be the person that y'all know I can be, God damn it, tell me.
Right.
Tell me. I might not
Absolutely.
like it. I might
Absolutely.
not like it. I might not talk to you for 2 days. But
But
two
then
days
that,
is
see
what.
that right there is like, yeah, that's what I mean by, I love people keeping it 100. Like, be real with me. But if I'm real with you, not you in general, but just, I'm
I
just
get
saying,
you.
if
I
I'm
got
real
you.
with you,
Hmm.
then you have the right to react. I can't control your reaction once I'm
Right.
100 with you. And
Right.
that's the issue. That's the issue.
Oh, so
When
that
I'm
okay.
100,
Oh, it's okay.
you
So
see
you
that?
take issue in the reaction of the person when you're being 100. So you like, I was 100 with you, but now you're not talking.
Right, right.
So
So that's the point I'm making with this whole situation. It's like that's where the control comes in. Like we want to be able to call it out. We want to be 100 and call it out or bring it to the surface, but we don't want that reaction. And that's where the control comes in because I want you to say, I want you to act how I want it to come back to me, but when it ain't coming back to me the way I want to receive it, then it's an issue. And it's like you can't control the reaction if you want to be 100. You can't
you can't.
control the
Right.
reaction.
You cannot.
Okay.
Right. And so,
Cause I'm gonna tell you now, if I don't like it, we ain't finna not be friends. But cause I don't know. This is my thing. When I have heated discussions with people that I care about, and the tension is still in the air,
yeah,
I don't
say
know
what it
how to
may.
approach. I don't know how to come back. Like, do I come back? Hey, hey, we still cool. Do I come back with? How do you come back? So
So,
Mm-hmm.
what I've done, oh, go ahead.
no, go on, cause I'm.
Because I've been in that situation not long ago, and, you know, and the tension, baby, you can cut it with a knife. And I know it's uneasy, but it was just something that needed to come out. And so, what I'll do is, I'll send a text, hey, are we still cool? I know we had a discussion. Again, this goes back to what I've been saying all along about me. I need to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, are we cool? And if you don't reply, you don't respond, then I know we ain't cool. Or if I call you and you don't pick up, because I'm going to call you. Now, you can sit out there and say, oh, she called me, I ain't answering. You may feel big and bad because you ain't answer. Okay, that's you. But I'm a child of God at the end of the day. And I'm going, I try to, I don't do everything right, but I still, it's just how I'm built. So I'm gonna let you go and feel like you big and bad, like, yeah, you shut me down, you didn't answer the phone, I had to prove a point. Okay, that's how you feel. That's what you need to do to feel the way you feel. But at the end of the day, I reached out, and if you don't answer, then I know for sure that's my closure. That I need closure. That's my closure. We done, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm good because I tried to, make a connection.
See, that's my thing. 26. I ain't make no resolutions. I don't do that because them
Me
shits
either.
don't last. But I
Mm-mm.
do want to be intentional, and I do want to be intentional in relationships and how I treat people, and you know, just relational conversations and stuff like that. I in the past, if I felt like there was tension, I ain't reaching out. I'ma say this. I did. I think I did with you though the last time, Cassandra. I feel like we can talk about this with this podcast situation. I did reach out to you, and that's strange for me because I don't do that. So that's how I know, and that's how you should know that I really value our friendship because I don't. That's just something I don't do. Like if I feel like there's tension, or if I feel like it's something, or if I heard something, I just usually just let it just evaporate. I just let it expire. I just it is what it is, and that's so immature. That is so immature, and so I really am trying to. I've gotten better with ghosting and just being done and stuff like that. I'm really trying to, girl.
I'm not a ghost.
Oh, what? I have changed phone numbers. I have changed phone numbers. Been like,
Girl.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see your name. Block, blickety, blockety, blockety, block, block, block. That is the most immature,
Girl.
crazy thing ever. But let me. It's just because I'm so used to getting my way around everything. So, including with you, not you personally, y'all, babies, but just saying with people, I'm so used to getting my way. So when I don't get my way, I go into fight or flight mode, and nigga, I'm flighting. I'm flighting. Block, blockity, block, block, block. Because I don't want to see you. I don't want to have any remembrance of anything that ever happened between us. That's how I was 2025.
Wow.
Well, not really 2025, more so 2024, because I started working on it in 2025. I started working on it
Girl.
in 2025. I really started working on it in 2019. My daddy's death changed me. It really did. It changed me. So I really started trying to work on it back in 2019. Really wasn't, but 2024, 2025, I really improved. In 2026, I want to be intentional about the
Absolutely.
stuff that triggers me.
And so let me say this before we move on too far past this, because this is just what came to mind. And I feel like I need to clear the air on this. So it's not that when I said I may not like something about you or Shan, it's not that I don't, it's something that I don't like about you guys. I was just using that as,
Oh,
Oh,
oh yeah,
something
girl.
I may
oh yeah.
not like something about you.
Uh-huh.
That so just to clear the air, it ain't nothing that I don't like about you guys. I
Yeah.
was just trying to make
Yeah.
a point that if there is something that I don't like about y'all, then I mean it is it's just you. Unless it's
Right.
just something that I can't live with or it's just something directly affecting me, I'm not going to not sleep at night or take it to heart. It's just that's just you. I'm gonna chop it up, and that's just how she is. That's just how she is. I may not love it, I may not like it, but I don't feel like I need to come in and say something about it or come in and say, "Hey, you did this and I don't like it." So what? Who am I? God? I ain't God, baby.
And you right, Cassandra. That's a really good take on it. I was the total opposite of that. So growing up, um, man, I had some good ass friends. I just ain't gonna lie. I have been blessed to really have a good core all my life. I've just had some really good friends, and when I like you, when I'm your friend, I become a friend Nazi. Y'all know what that is? You know what a friend
And, yeah,
Nazi?
and that could be that could be a stronghold place to be in.
I become a friend Nazi. So we do everything together. What I got, you got. Where I go, you go. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Why are you talking to them? That's the kind of that growing up. That's what I was. That's my little core group of people. That's what we were. We're in the church together. We went to school together.
And that's okay.
And wait a minute, let me tell you how it happened. My one good friend, man, spend the night over each other's house all the time. All this, I mean, we were just close. This particular friend started smoking weed. It killed me. It killed me, y'all. I couldn't deal with it. So what
Mm.
did I do?
Chunk the
I,
dick.
cou-
What? See,
I couldn't deal with it. I could not deal with it. I could not deal with the fact that my childhood friend, that we did everything together, allowed this to infiltrate her perfect life. Yo, like we went to the classics. I'll never forget the classic game at the Astrodome. I remember like yesterday. And
man.
I saw this girl so zoned out. I was like, what? And even said to me, I'm so
Right.
help, help. And I did. I walked with this person for a while. And then I was like, I can't. And this right here, I beat myself about it up about it all the time because what kind of friend was I in that moment? When instead of staying with that person, I allowed a trigger about peer pressure and how I didn't let peer pressure get to me. Oh, I'm peer pressured all the time at Madison High School, but I'm rising above the peer pressure. I allowed a trigger, I allowed a precept about whatever to cause me to not be faithful to a friend that I had known since I was 8 years old. And now here we are, 14 years old. No, we were older than that, like 15, 16, something like that. Classics, yeah. So I and my other friend, same thing. Same thing. It was alcohol with this friend. Alcohol. Alcohol. I found out this friend was drinking like that. I was like, dog, what are you doing? Had a conversation. But I just I couldn't continue in the friendship.
Now I get that.
Mm.
I do get that to a certain, especially if they're around you and they're, you know, and it's infiltrating their life like that, and y'all can't hang. It's like birds of a feather flock together. Like you can't. I can't go hang out with you and you over there in the corner smoking weed. Like that ain't my that I can't do that.
Yeah,
And I don't care that you smoke weed. I'm not judging you because you smoke weed, because I've hung out with plenty of people that smoke weed and I don't smoke weed. But I don't want you to do it when we hanging out. I'm your friend. I don't smoke weed, so don't smoke weed with me. Don't come around me high, right?
Mhm.
Um, I'm not here to judge you on what you do. Just don't do it with me. But if I see you are going down and you just in a bad place, I'm gonna have a conversation with you, and yeah, and at that point, it may be time to cut that cord. It may be time to cut. Maybe we just grew apart. Maybe we're not the same we
yeah,
used to be. Maybe it's time to cut that cord. So
yeah.
I get that. I get that. You know.
I'm glad to say that we are cordial. Ain't no hate, ain't no love lost. We're cordial. But I just often think about how I could have been more intent. But I was a teenager, y'all. I mean, and I
Yeah.
was being judgy. I was being judgy.
Baby.
Right. That's what I'm, Cassandra, you taking the words right out of my mouth. Because at this stage in my life, they probably look at me like, girl,
Sure.
what are you
Sure.
doing? Wait a minute. What are you doing? Are you doing?
Baby.
Yeah. At this stage in the game, yeah, they probably be
When I
like,
was young, I was rough. I was that girl, okay?
oh, see, I
I was
was
that
not.
girl.
I
Oh, see,
was
I was
not.
that girl. Yeah, I was a fighter. I was everything. I was that girl. I don't talk about it. I'm gonna bring it up because that's my past. Why am I talking about the past? But I done been through some things. Yeah, I can get with you. You know,
Listen,
so
I was just a spoiled ride, and it was just and I'm trying to. It ain't always about me, and I do understand that, and I do understand everybody else has feelings, and everybody else has certain ways they were brought up and things they do differently, and just because it does not, I can't say align because I feel like alignment is really important. After what
Yes,
I've
it
been
is.
through, after what I've dealt with, alignment is supreme. You gotta be
It
aligned.
really
Yeah.
is.
You have to be aligned. I mean, it's just there's no getting around that. So, I feel like people do need to be aligned, relational, friendship, romantic, all that crap. There needs to be an alignment.
Yeah.
Um, but you ain't got to just agree with everything I say.
And I'm
Sad,
not going to.
sadly,
Right. Just not.
sadly.
And I still love you anyway.
And I love you too. I
Oh,
do.
You
I
know,
do. I do.
when you came into my life, I was in a girl with separated from my husband and dealing with that ex-boyfriend of mine. And Christy, really, you are the type of person that just grab on the people and say, come on, come on, friend, come on. And I'm just like, oh, okay,
I'm
you know.
trying not to be. I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to stop being that way because
Hmm.
you never know.
You
Thank
do
God.
have a really open heart, a really giving heart, a really
yeah.
loyal person. And you really do have to watch that because
Yeah.
the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And some spirit, some people, like how am I gonna say this? Um,
I think I know where you're going. They look for that spirit. They look for
so
Yeah.
it to last.
their spirit sees your spirit, okay? And their spirit in them is not aligned with your spirit, but they need to get next to you. They need to get next to you.
To kill
So,
your spirit.
when you just pull them up, they need to get next to you, honey. So, the enemy knows God's people,
He
and
does.
he need to get
Yeah.
next. So, you know, he go get as close as he can, however he can.
Yeah,
So
he
you
does.
have to be careful. You have to be careful. You know.
Cassandra, and it's so
And
funny
I'm
you said that.
oh yeah.
So funny. Because it was somebody that I just, every time I saw this person, I got irked. It's just like no matter when I seen the person, stuff would come up and it would irk me. But God always made it to where whenever I ran into this person, it was somewhere where he knew I would not act out of character.
Mm,
I always ran into this person. It was somewhere where I had to be cordial with them, where I had to be
mm,
on my best behavior until I got over the fact of that irkness, until I got past that to where if I seen this person on the street, I can just speak and keep going. But every time it never felt whenever I ran into that person, it was in a situation where I could not just go off. I had to be cordial.
mm.
Wow. Wow. So yeah, you weren't even allowed to be triggered. God blocked it.
Yeah, I was about to say
Exactly.
God was standing in the way.
He was.
He
God said,
blocked it.
not today.
Right.
Not
Exactly.
today.
He said, "Yeah, no, we ain't doing
Right.
this one. Mm-mm."
We ain't doing it, baby girl.
Mhm.
We ain't doing it. But yeah, Cassandra, that was good. Thank you for that. Because I needed to hear that. Definitely needed to hear that. And I'm trying to not be that type of person. And then you got people saying, "Well, don't change who you are," but why? It's getting me fucked every time.
So sometimes you have to, you just have, like you said, you have a spirit of discernment. And you have to because, like I said, the enemy, he comes, seeks to steal, kill, and destroy, and for you not to complete your mission. And so, like, if he knows that you're headed somewhere or that you're nearing your mission or, you know, doing what God is having you to do, reaching the people that God is having you to reach, because your spirit, you would just go out and talk to people and reach out to people. So, that connection can lead to another connection that can lead to another connection that you know what I'm saying. And so the enemy will try to stand in that way. And so you're so friendly, you're just out here, making these connections, and this not a kindred spirit. This is not a likewise spirit. This spirit is just, seeking out to get close to you to try to take you off your God given path. And then it has you wondering and questioning about yourself when ain't nothing wrong with you. It's that you're not using the discernment in the right time. Like, you have the spirit of discernment. That's something I don't believe that I have, that I'm asking God for. But you have the spirit of discernment, but you're just not using it.
And it's so crazy because, and even when I think I'm using it, then I second guess it because it's something I don't want to do away with. I always second guess it because I don't want it to go. Like, I don't want this to leave me. Like, I want this to stay here. I don't want this to. So, and I'm like, is that really what you're saying, God? Is this what you're saying? Should I do this? Should I do that? Yeah, y'all, it triggers. I mean,
And he will answer. He will answer. I've had him answer me in a dream. I've had him answer me when I was putting clothes in the wash machine, just out of the blue. I ain't even thinking about it. And then here comes my answer. You know what I'm saying? Dropping my spirit. And I'm like, okay, thank you, Lord. We, it's just sometimes we don't really be wanting the answer.
right.
Or we'll just kind of look past the answer, be like, well, God showed me that. And I just totally ignored it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Then we get in it and then we miserable. Then we
Right.
get in it and we wonder why nothing that we set out to do has been accomplished. Then we get in it and we wonder why we feel like we're going backwards. Then we
Mm-hmm.
get in it and we look 2 years later and we
Jesus.
no progression. Like we,
Oh, Lord Jesus.
that's because we did not go to God.
Mm-mm.
Or
Right.
we went to him and he told us no when we did it
He told us
anyway.
no. They did
And we did it
anyway.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
Because he's not going to take away our will. He going to let us do our will.
come.
He's not going to take that away from us. And
That's
I
it.
have messed up so much.
That's
But
it.
I have said, Lord, I don't want to stand in the way of somebody else missing their blessing because I've gotten sidetracked and didn't listen to your word. Because I have to now, at the age of 50, I've always known it, but now I'm really like, okay, I'm not here for me. Like, there, I am here. I could be here to give a blessing to somebody else that gives a blessing to somebody else that gives a blessing to somebody else that fulfills God's word, right? But when we let people come into our life that stunts me from going giving a blessing to somebody else because we shut down or because we internalize things too much or because we whatever it is that we done because this person has now made me reflect back into myself that made me stop doing a certain thing or feeling a certain thing about a certain way. We miss that next person from getting that blessing, and now God has to find another person because his will
Because
be
it's gonna
done.
be done. It's gonna be carried out.
It's gonna be done.
It's gonna
And
be
so
done.
now he has to go and find another person to carry out his blessing. But now I have just been obedient, or I have just now not fulfilled something that I was supposed to do. And I don't want to be missing my opportunity to bless other people because that's the whole reason why we are on this earth.
That's
It's
it.
not for me, it's for me to reach out and bless other people because I'm blessed because I'm doing what God has me to do.
Correct. And I love it. Like, I love helping people. Like, I absolutely love it. People tell me, girl, you do that, you do that. Yeah. Yeah, because it ain't about me. It's about being in the right place at the right time. God aligning them people up.
Right.
I don't think anything is happenstance. I don't think anything is circumstantial. Things happen because God has lined these people up to come into our lives for a reason. It may not be long term, but for what in that moment, if you're supposed to bless somebody, it doesn't have to always be
Absolutely.
monetarily. It could be through conversation. It could just be
Hmm.
a shoulder to lean on. It could just be just having
Absolutely.
somebody there.
Right.
Like, whatever the reason is, get it done. Do it. Don't
Hmm.
bypass your opportunity to be blessed because you don't see the
Absolutely.
point in blessing others. Like that. Like, I love it. Like, that's what
Hmm.
I want to do. I feel like that's
That's
my.
just you.
I
Hmm.
just.
And
Yeah.
I can't see you stone faced, like not reaching out and not befriending people. So when you say, do you stop doing it? I wouldn't stop being you, but just use your discernment that God has blessed you with because not everybody has that gift. And don't shy away from it. Don't second guess it. Just stay before God. And if God gave you that gift of discernment, still be who you are. Still befriend people. It doesn't matter whether we over 40, whether we over 50. If that's how you are, you reach out to people. Continue to do what you do, but with discernment. Because I can't see you just being stone faced and saying, I ain't, nah, okay. That now that ain't you. That ain't you. That ain't you.
Yeah, well, y'all, so thank y'all. So, triggers, we all have them, you know, they come and go. But the key is to not allow our old wounds to sabotage our new situations. And that could be situations on our job. That could be situations in your close girlfriend circle. That could be situations in your family. It could be situations in your romantic type love. I feel like the key takeaway points from today's topic: discernment, being who God has called us to be, and hearing his voice. And not only hearing his voice, but listening, because hearing and listening is two totally different things, my babies.
Yeah.
Hearing and listening, two totally different things. So we need to hear his voice, we need to listen, and then we need to obey. Because if we don't, we get caught up in a cycle of triggers. Because if we obey, nothing can trigger us. If we obey, if we're obedient, if we are obedient in God and what he is having us to do, we will become less and less attuned to being triggered. It will be less and less. So let's try not to let those triggers rule our life. Let's not self-sabotage, and let's remember that it all has to do with being obedient, and God will never lead us wrong. He'll never lead us wrong. So thank y'all for joining us. We are definitely out of time. This has been another edition of She-Nanigans. Y'all have a good night. Bye.